violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, cyberspace? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Police in Delaware have arrested a man who met women on a dating app and then robbed them at gunpoint.
Sheesh. And these are the Pookies, Ray Rays, and Tyrones who are actually not getting flaked on these dating apps. They're just pulling up and robbing the women. So, you know, it's not much different than the women using men for free dates, except he is pointing a gun in her face and the women are just dangling sex or the possibility of sex. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm saying that all in tongue in cheek. You know, what he is doing is absolutely wrong, but it's just, I guarantee if we looked at his profile, you could tell that he was like street dude vibe, all that kind of stuff. But like I said, that's what the women are attracted to. There's a notion that black women are not being protected, but black women are in love with the men that they need protection from. So I always say that, and this is a clear-cut example.
J.R. Davis allegedly met two men in Wilmington, pulled out a weapon, and then took their phones and money. Detectives fear.
Oh, damn. He meeting men. Hold up. That threw me off. Hold on. Run it back. Let me make sure I got that right.
Wilmington pulled out a weapon and then took their phones and money. Detectives fear met two men in Wilmington, allegedly met two men in Wilmington, pulled out a weapon.
So what is it? Men, or he said, excuse me, did he meet men or did he meet women?
J.R. Davis allegedly met two men in Wilmington, pulled out a weapon and then took their phones and money. Detectives fear that there could be other victims who have not come forward. If you have any information, contact Newcastle County Police.
New here at 5 o'clock, police in Delaware County are looking for several unruly teenagers who were caught on video beating students. Action News reporter Katie Cattrall live.
Wow, that's what they call unruly teenagers. How about super teen gremlins on Demon Time?
Of course, now in Havertown, and Katie, you spoke with the father of one of the teenagers.
That's right, Shari. I spoke with that father who says his son was involved in one of the incidents over the weekend. He says it happened here in between the stadium and the Wawa on Darby Road.
It hurts me because, you know, the 10-on-1 is a bad situation.
Joe Walker is emotional talking about his teen son, who he says was assaulted Sunday evening. Haverford police say they are aware of several incidents involving unruly teens that happened over the weekend. Police say at least two victims and several.
Man, they over here bullying this little glider boy. That is not fair.
Suspects have been identified so far. They add, not all teens may be from the area. Haverford police say they are investigating videos like these capturing the fights. Walker says his son wasn't badly injured, but he thinks about the what ifs.
Yeah, man. I mean, I would look at what they did to that 13-year-old Jamaron Crosby in Atlanta. They beat that man within an inch of his life, then shot him a few times and left him there to die. I wouldn't put it past these super teen gremlins here to do the same thing.
The mental anguish, you know, obviously I'm suffering right now. Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Police are working closely with school district officials to ensure the safety of all children. Walker says his son didn't go to school today because he's worried about fallout from the fight. The teen's brother is also afraid.
Other son did go to school, however, pulled him out early because he was feeling levels of anxiety.
Jennifer Brennan says her teen son is feeling upset too.
My one who's been closely involved he was scared. He was very nervous to go back.
Police are increasing patrols, saying these types of actions by unruly juveniles will not be tolerated.
I never thought as a parent I'd have to worry about sending my kids to school.
Parents have major concerns.
Right now, in a heightened situation in this microcosm, I don't feel safe.
Now, police say they have identified some of the suspects involved, and they are moving forward with arrests. Police are also asking parents and guardians to talk with their children and make sure that they know where they are. Reporting live in...
You heard what she said. Sisters, come get your kids.
Havertown, Katie Catro, Channel 6, Action News. Rick?
All right, Katie, thank you.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
Alert went out to students at St. Joseph's University this morning after a violent home invasion robbery right near campus. It is the second time something like this has happened in a matter of months. Action News reporter Becca Henderson spoke with one of those victims today. She's live there in Winfield with the full story. Becca.
Gray, this morning, police say those suspects kicked in an air conditioning unit of one of these bottom units to get into the apartment. Once they were inside, they tied that young student up and they robbed her of nearly $17,000 worth of goods.
Wow.
This is so similar to what happened just 2 months ago, right across the alley. I spoke with that student today. He says he feels the trauma all over again.
Shaking, my heart was pounding the entire time.
20-year-old Michael Graber knows what his neighbor is going through. A nearly identical thing happened to him on July 19th when he was woken up in the middle.
So I literally made the story that super gremlins were hunting white men, hunting white women in New Orleans. Now it's up here in Pennsylvania, and they're gonna call me crazy, but somebody said, stop saying that in the comments. It's like, bruh, I'm pointing out the obvious. We all know that the super gremlins feel like they're not going to defend themselves. They feel like it's an easy lick. That's what it is. And that's why they're being targeted. That's why they're being hunted. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Middle of the night.
It's 2 in the morning. I was knocked out, fully asleep. Woke up to looking down the hallway and I'm seeing figures looking in my roommate's room.
Figures, God. My man said he started seeing shadows, boy.
With a flashlight, I'm just like, is this like a nightmare or a dream or something?
He says 3 suspects around his age smashed his window and broke in through his basement door. They tied him up and took his laptop, phone, and wallet.
Really weird things also, like my toilet paper, my Q-tips, took my razor.
As 19th
Dang, they was taking necessities.
District Police investigate his case. They now have a similar home invasion on their hands at this apartment building this morning on the 2300 block of North 58th Street. St. Joseph's University isn't the only college dealing with these types of crimes either. Last week, a Temple student was robbed at gunpoint on the 1500 block of North Sydenham Street. Residential burglaries are on the rise this year, with nearly 3,000 being reported as of Monday.
I got this house because it was so close to campus. I figured it's got
3,000 burglaries, guys. And if you get caught for something like this, you're getting let out. Imagine that. Think about that. These super thieving gremlins are on demon time.
Be pretty safe.
Michael says he hasn't felt safe in his own home since his robbery. Now his neighbors don't either.
We thought that like our complex was kind of secure since we have like a gate and a code and everything.
Definitely if it just keeps happening too, like these are not, shouldn't be normal, like if it's repeated.
I spoke with St. Joseph's University, too. They say public safety is cooperating with police on this investigation. Police also say they're investigating if these two home invasions are related, and they'll also have extra patrols out in this neighborhood overnight. Live in Winfield, Becca Hendrickson, Channel 6, Action News. Sarah.
Now to one Delaware family's push for more serious punishment following a brutal attack on their loved one. Earlier this month, the 68-year-old Asian American business owner was seriously hurt during a violent robbery. Though the man accused of carrying out the crime is behind bars, his sons say that's just not enough. Action News' Nydia Han now with that story.
The violent armed robbery happened here at Solid Gold Jewelers, right in the heart of downtown Wilmington. The business remains closed today, customers being met with this sign. I have to warn you, the video you're about to see is horrific, extremely hard to watch. I talked to the store owner's two sons today. They tell me this has shattered their American dream.
It hurt. It hurt a lot. Pistol with my dad twice worth.
They said the Super Gremlins shattered their American dream. And what do we see here? Sagging pants, hoodie, looks like a cap, and a Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask.
3 times.
Surveillance video shows 68-year-old Chang Sa then stomped on and hit in the head at least a dozen times.
Wow.
Twice with a hammer.
So I've seen a lot of violence in my life.
But David Sa, an Army veteran who served in Afghanistan and Iraq, is still shocked by this unprovoked violence against his father on September 15th.
There's like Asian hate or something involved with it too.
So he's saying there's Asian hate involved, and look, I feel him. As a matter of fact, I might even put that hashtag in the title. But what it is the Super Gremlins are hunting everybody. Anybody can get it. It's no discrimination. But the leftists have opened up the floodgates. So when they get caught for things like this, they're not let out. I mean, they're let out, rather. There's no type of discipline. There's no type of accountability. It's, oh, they were disenfranchised. They were marginalized. They were discriminated against, so give them a second chance. So he's saying it's Asian hate, and although I don't completely disagree, it's more than that. It's just everybody is being targeted. To black men, black women, Asian men, Asian women, white men, white women, Hispanics, it doesn't matter. These Super Gremlins are on demon time.
Afghanistan and Iraq is still shocked by this unprovoked violence against his father on September 15th.
There's like Asian hate or something involved with it too.
You think there was Asian hate involved?
I believe so.
Action News.
And I think the hate comes from the fact that, you know, the Asians come here, make an honest living, excel. And these Super Gremlins are upset by that, especially when they're setting up shop in the community. But then they'll be upset if the Chinese restaurant, man, the Chinese restaurant too far. It's a food desert. So you can't win for losing.
Was there today as David's brother Steve walked into Solid Gold Jewelers for the first time since their father was assaulted.
Every Korean's dream. It takes a lot of bravery to do this type of business. I knew he was sacrificing his life every day. But you're gonna get better. Chang Sa
is now in a rehabilitation facility, relearning how to eat, walk, and talk.
This continues to happen, to Asian American business owners.
39-year-old Calvin Ushery is now in custody on a first-degree robbery charge as well as other offenses. You think stronger charges should be filed?
Absolutely, because we want justice. We don't want this happening to anyone else.
Yeah, we need assault charges. Throw on a hate crime charge if you got to. Whatever you got to do to keep them locked up.
We reached out to the Wilmington Police Department and the Delaware Attorney General's office about the possibility of additional charges being filed. The AG tells me this is a recent arrest and prosecutors are still reviewing case details. In Wilmington, I'm Nydia Han, Channel 6, Action News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.